WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American over here in Germany, often tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Not sure how rare and exotic this is. Talisker X Parley Wilder Seas. Whiskybase number 229467. They were bottled on the 28th of March 2023. And this is amazingly for Diageo and Talisker, 48.6%. Wow. Is it non-chilled filtered? No mention whatsoever in the bottle. Is it natural color? No mention on the bottle. So this costs over here in Europe about 79 euros. At the moment, I can find it here and there for 74 euros. The special thing about this, and it says so on the bottle, I like this, it says here, finished in XO Cognac casks. Now, first of all, I was like, okay, what is X Parley? And then it says here, each bottle represents a donation to Parley to support ocean preservation. It's like, oh, Parley Ocean Preservation. Very, very good. Found a video about it by Parley Channel. I found something here by Parley.tv. And it's like, okay, this is interesting. So they're actually donating 3 pounds for each of the bottles. Now, we could very quickly do the math here. We have a total of 17,940 bottles times 3. Heist, they're donating 53,820 pounds to the Parley Foundation. I think it's a foundation. So, I know that if you do one single commercial with Talisker on TV, it's going to cost more. If you do a full-page article in Whiskey magazine, it's going to cost about a third of that. So you can do 3 full-page three full-page articles in a whiskey magazine and get basically the same amount that they're donating. 3 pounds is not a whole lot per bottle. All right. Thank you, Diageo. Wonderful. That 3 pounds gets compounded by the importer that puts his, let's say, 20% on top of the 3 pounds. And then the importer sells it to often a retailer that puts this additional 30% on top of that. So we're adding 50% to that. And then we add another, at least in Germany, 19% on top of that. So the 3 pounds quickly turns into £5.50. That's added to my price of the bottle. In order for me to buy this bottle and make a 3 pound donation, I have to pay an extra 5.5 pounds. Or 5.5 euros in my case. Okay, all right. Now, 74 euros is a lot of money, I think, because this is a no-age statement. Yes, it's finished in special casks, but it's still a lot of money. This I can get for 32 euros. So I can get 2 of the 10-year-old Taliskers for the price of one of these. The question is, what is justified? Is this the better whiskey because that is because it has an age statement on it? No. Is this a better whiskey over here because it actually has 48.6% instead of the typical 45.8% that Talisker usually does? Maybe. All right. So the Talisker, the casks that Talisker used here were French oak. XO Cognac casks, and this bottle, as you can hopefully see, this has a little bit more of a green hue to it because this is 100% recycled glass. This recycled glass was made using our organic diesel, so biodiesel is what we call it over here. Excuse me. And there is some facts and figures online. I don't find any facts and figures to the whiskey. All I find are facts and figures here to the construction, to the bottle here. So it says here on my one nice little thing here, this glass, the emission used to make the bottle has been reduced by 82%. The total CO2 emissions for the entire packaging has been reduced by 77%. Well, guess what? There is no packaging. You can just reduce the packaging by 77% by just eliminating the packaging. Spring Break did it a year ago. All right, so this is recycled paper. Interesting enough, they used natural cork and a wood topper. And normally now, this is also, I think, 28% lighter, the bottles and so on. They actually use here a press cork and a plastic top. So apparently that is a little bit of a problem. And so a little bit of a thing. I would have loved to have had a QR code here. Diageo, if you're listening, put a QR code here. I take on my phone and go, okay, first of all, not everyone in the world knows Parley. I'm sorry. You've been working with them now for 3 years to save the oceans with your donation of not even 60,000 pounds. But hey, you can't even employ one scientist for 60,000 pounds for a year. But hey, I don't care. A little QR code would have been nice to know what this is about and what's going on. That video about kelp, kelp is an underwater plant over in on the land. We have trees, and in the fall, the trees actually, the leaves come down and they release the CO2 they had captured, not all, but most of it. And the same thing happens with kelp. And so also it releases the CO2 captured in the ocean. But some of that CO2, because of the kelp leaves, fall to the bottom of the ocean and are captured there, and that actually helps the ocean to capture more CO2. So they're researching that of how to encourage kelp, especially around the shores of Scotland, which are on the bottle everywhere. Here, this is a topographical map of the shore here of Scotland around Skye. And so they can actually see how deep down they can go into the wilder seas. All right, on the nose, this has a nice barbecue moment, a nice smokehouse moment. It has a sweetness, a little bit of a honey. I think this is good. This Talisker 10 and I are not the best of friends. This has more maritime notes. There's a little bit of a saltiness, a little bit more of an edge. If I were to rank my Taliskas that I like, Port Ree is at the top. I'm not a great big fan of Talisker, okay? Other people are fans. I like some of them. Port Ree, I used to love the 18-year-old. Now the price is doubled, tripled, whatever. Terrible, terrible, terrible. And then after the Port Ree, the 18, this might be actually the next one I like, all right? Some people like the Dark Storm, the Storm. Some like the Sky. Some like the 10. I've tried the 25, the 30. There's actually a video on my channel here where I think it's 12 different Taliskas that I try blind and I rank them. And I think Port Ree was very good. I think the 18 was very good. And I know that the 25 and the 30, both of them had that wet cardboard taste to them. Apparently I had gotten a bad year, a bad batch. I didn't really like them that much. That's it. So let's try these and let's rank them, compare them. A little bit of a, I'm going to call it that, a little bit of a barbecue moment, almost like a potato chip spicy barbecue moment, smoky barbecue. Nice. Cheers. I personally find the 48.6% nice. I really like that, actually. Smoky and sweet, very, very nicely done. Honey, somewhat middle long finish. It's actually a nice. I have a sweet tooth, so hey, this is no very, very well done. I'm gonna give this a C+ for the taste. If you can get a bottle of this, if you can get a pour of this, try this before you buy it. That's my problem. I do not think that at least over here in Europe, $79.99 are justified. To be very honest, I think 55, 60 would have been enough. But hey, we have a new bottle, we have a design, we have the 3 pounds that go off over to Parley. We have a lot of marketing that went into this and so on. And there is a limited amount of bottles. Don't forget, we only have 14,000 bottles. All 700 milliliters here, 14,940 bottles. So, but they're still on the shelves. They've been around here, at least over here in Germany, since March. It's now the summer. They're not flying off the shelves, but I recommend C plus for taste, B minus for price. All right, would I rather have 2 bottles of the Newport Re? Yes. And the cognac is there, evident. I like a lot. Over here, the normal Talisker 10. I am not a fan of the 10. Never have been, probably never will. All right, so let's try it. I do not like the finish. It's got a harsh finish. It's rough around the edges. My bottle does say mit Zuckercouleur, so with artificial coloring. This does not. Put the QR code on here. That'd be so great on the label. And it gets a bitter taste, as if the barrels have been used 3-4 times, at least one time too many. Here I have the feeling that well done with the selection of the barrels, well done with the finish. I don't get really that French oak moment that I'm used to sometimes, but I do get the cognac that smooths it out, that gives it the sweetness that actually complements this whiskey in a very nice way. Yeah, Talisker 10, okay. Something I don't need. Everyone's tasted, yes, it's just like Talisker 10. It's like, yes, I know, it's just like Talisker 10. And other people that grew up with this are like, yay. People like me that never actually connected with it are like, meh. So my first question is, what is your favorite Talisker whiskey? Second question is, what do you think about Parley as the organization of choice to cooperate with? Over here in Germany, there's a Kirsch import, have gone with Sea Shepherds. They go with Parley. There are other organizations you could cooperate with, Save the World. What organization would you think that they should donate your money to? Has to be a global organization, and I'm going to say it has to deal with something about CO2 reduction, global warming, saving the planet. It can't be religious. It can't be for kids or something like that. It has to be environmental. Which organization would you have chosen instead? I don't think I would have chose Parley. I don't know them enough. That's my problem. All right, thank you very much for watching, liking, subscribing, and telling others about this guy over in Germany, tasting often rare and exotic whiskeys. See you real soon. Bye-bye.